Hey everybody, it's Scott. I'm just gonna use up a little more time because I'm trying to be more disciplined and make more videos. Not that it's gonna make me wealthy or anything, I just do it because it makes me stretch, makes me think, and it's a way for me to very quickly tell my life story. So anyway, living on Guam when I was back on the islands, a little bit of history for someone. The last Japanese soldier to surrender was in 1972 on Guam. At least that's the story that I've heard. And what he did was in the tunnels that I used to run and spend time in because I like history. But he used to hide in those tunnels and he would hide from people because he expected the Japanese to come back and retake Guam. So he stayed there from the end of World War II until 1972. And then he finally came out and surrendered. And it's a little bit of trivia. That was very strange for me. And a lot of World War II history in that whole area. When I went to Palau, I hung out in pillboxes that were built into the rock faces, and the jungle was very, very thick. And oh my goodness, then you could see corsairs and zeros sunk in the oceans all the time. No, I shouldn't say all the time, but frequently. Anyway, so I did like to live there and I did like to learn there. I learned a lot about history and a lot about what's been going on. But I came back to Salt Lake and I was still just as confused as I always have been. Um, but it, I guess bought me a little time and taught me some history. So I don't necessarily regret it, but it was different than I anticipated. That's for sure. But I lived in the great state of Utah, and I went to college there, and then I got married there, and I had two of my three sons in the state of Utah. And then we talked about it, and we decided to move cross country to New Hampshire. So I lived about a half hour north of Boston in Massachusetts, but I lived about 3 miles from the border in New Hampshire. And I lived there for about 3 years, a little over 3 years. And that was a very educational and different time as well. Then me and the owners decided we would part ways, not very amicably, but we didn't see things the same. And I had a hard time working in a large format printing system that the state of Maine, right next to New Hampshire, didn't have billboards. They were outlawed. The state of Vermont didn't have billboards. They were outlawed. State of New Hampshire had a few billboards, but not enough for me to support a business. And I printed for most all of them. And the state of Massachusetts they had their own print shops, and they were owned by different companies. So it was tough business wise, but it was good to live there. It was nice to live on the East Coast, and I love the experiences and I love the differences that I've been able to be around. I got to watch the Red Sox play at Fenway several times, and those are some very, very good memories. And so I lived there until about the year 2000, and then I moved to Las Vegas. And looking at the time, I'm running out of time, but I'm trying to tell you real quickly what my life very quickly. And so I moved from New Hampshire to Las Vegas. So I drove for the fourth time across the United States. Coming back, I decided I didn't want to go I-80 across the country. I wanted to take, I stands for interstate. I wanted to take Interstate 40 and drop down south and go along the southern states. So I've been to almost all of the states now. Kind of crazy, kind of weird. But anyway, I'll make another film in a day or two, and I'll tell you a bit more about what I've been through. But my recommendation, everything I've been through, is the same for everybody. Be optimistic, be positive, and be a leader. Have a good day.